Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and helps support the show. What is up, Planeswalkers Theoric 6, back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena, and today we're going to play a little bit of a Standard, because I've kind of run out of ideas for future Standard to use the actual new cards that we're getting. And I looked on MTG Goldfish, and I found a 5-0 list that I thought was interesting, because Quasiduplicate is a fun card, so this is what I'm playing. It's going to be a best of one, and I hope you guys like it, because we're at essentially that weird waiting period of, just give us the new cards, Wizard, just give us the new cards. Anyway, this is a blue-green Quasiduplicate deck, so it is still rather fun. That said, I did just take it from a 5-0 person, but I couldn't actually find their name this time, so if this is from you who 5-0'd on an MTGO thing, let me know. But yeah, this is just a normal like ramp deck that happens to have Quasiduplicate. So 4 Llanowar Elves, 4 Leafkin Druids, and 3 Paradise Druids. These are the main ramp things here. Being able to Llanowar Elf into something like a Leafkin Druid into a turn 3 Nissa is insanity. I think everyone knows how crazy that is. But just a Llanowar Elf into a turn 2 Risen Reef is also quite nice. Pretty much any of our play patterns, getting out a burst of mana early is pretty decent. Leafkin Druid is very nice because once you get to a certain number of creatures, you can add double green, and I actually won a game because I had 2 Leafkin Druids out, a Nissa in hand and a Hydroid Krasis in hand, and not a ton of lands, but I was able to cast the Nissa without using either of my Leafkin Druids, activate her ability to get a 4th creature out. I think the last one was a Paradise Druid, is my guess. Then I was able to I had enough mana left over, thanks to Nissa's buff, as well as the Leafkin Druids, to play a 6/6 Hydroid Krasis, and that my opponent conceded at that point. So, you know, having that extra ability on Leafkin Druid does actually matter, and it's an elemental, so it triggers off Risen Reef. Paradise Druid is very helpful at making sure we can hit those triple greens if something insane goes wrong, where we somehow have drawn 3 islands and only 1 forest. Not likely to happen, but it could. Or I should say 2 forests and 2 islands. And then, of course, Hydroid Krasis is our big X card finisher. This allows us to draw a bunch of cards, gain a bunch of life, has trample, blah, blah, blah. Everyone knows what this card is. Risen Reef, everyone knows what this card does. It's ridiculous. Quasiduplicate on a Risen Reef is utterly insane, because you're just going to start stacking and stacking and stacking. The deck isn't a true elemental deck, but we still do have 12 of those. And when you start putting Quasiduplicates into the mix, it can make it a lot more. Nissa does make elementals, but they don't enter the battlefield, so it doesn't actually trigger Risen Reef. Being able to jumpstart Quasiduplicate is nice. Turning one of our later lands into our best creature is not awful. Of course, Quasiduplicate does have an issue in that if you don't have any creatures, this is a dead top deck. Whatever. We have 3 Karn, the Great Creator. I'm not going to talk about the Wishboard just yet. If in the game we get a Karn, the Great Creator, I'll quickly go over it, but we only have 3 of them, so we might not actually see it. For example, in my 4 practice games, I didn't see it once, so good old Karn forces our opponent's artifacts not to work. That's not going to come up very often. +1 turns one of our... Look, we're not playing main deck artifacts, so it's fine. And then -2, you get to actually get something out of the Wishboard, which I'll talk about in a bit, if it comes up. 4 Cavalier of Thorns. This card's real good. It has reach, which was more important in the matchups than I expected. You get to put things back in top of your library, so that's cool. So, for example, if you Quasiduplicate your Cavalier and it's in the graveyard, you could leave it there, and then when your Cavalier dies, you can bring that Quasiduplicate back from your graveyard to the top of your library, cast it again, maybe on the same Cavalier of Thorns, and then boom, you can do it again and again and again, and it's really cool, and you don't have to jumpstart it. You can if you want, but Cavalier of Thorns, real nice, get your lands, put stuff in your yard, all fine. Nissa. This card is Nissa. You all know what Nissa does. She's annoying as hell, but I'm playing her because we're playing green. And then 2 Agent of Treacheries. I fucking love this dude. You steal things. It doesn't have to be creatures or planeswalkers. You just steal whatever you want. It's like, oh, you have this land I want. Gonna take, that's mine now. Thanks. Yeah, card's cool. Quasiduplicate, even better. This is the mana base. I did change the mana base by adding 2 Temple of Mysteries, because I drew too many lands sometimes, and I figured it would be nice to have Temple of Mysteries to help against that. We have, what, 2 Field of Ruins or something like that? Anyway. I did play 4 practice games. 2 were wins and 2 were losses. I'm gonna let you hazard a guess as to what the wins and losses were, or what the losses were, I should say, obviously. So I went against Rakdos Aggro, then Esper Exile, then Is It Wizards, then Mono Blue Flyers. This hand is pretty fucking trash. Yeah, this hand is not good. Double Quasiduplicate is pretty bad. So 3 of these cards aren't real. We have a 4-card hand, and this is a card that we also want to be playing late game. So we functionally have a 3-card 3-land hand. So this is an actual mulligan. This hand, on the other hand, is fine. We get rid of one of the Hydroid Krasis. Yeah, we get rid of one of the Hydroid Krasis. We're going first. There's an argument to be made for just getting rid of a single island here, because this hand can fold pretty hard to a discard spell on Hydroid Krasis. But even playing a Krasis for just 4 is fine. Actually equal to, but that's still fine if we had to. I'm gonna drop the island. That might seem utterly insane, but I don't think we can afford to lose a Krasis. Alright, well, we got another land, so fantastic. And we're gonna start off, I guess, with Paradise Druid. She just can't be messed with, so that's why I start with her. So now that you've entered your guesses, Rakdos aggro killed the shit out of me. They had a really good turn, a really good start. It was Gutter Bones. Hey, look, it's a Thought Erasure. I'm glad I kept the extra Krasis, because that could have fucked us real hard. The issue, though, is do I just play the second Krasis? My opponent could get rid of Leafkin Druid. I don't think they should. I don't think that they should. No, they got rid of Hydroid Krasis. I don't like the idea of getting rid of my... I don't like the idea of waiting. I would essentially just be replacing itself. I'd have a fucking 2/2 that replaces itself. I'm gonna... yeah, I'm gonna do it. My opponent would need a second Thought Erasure in the top 10 cards of the library. I will attack with the Paradise Druid. Don't have... Oops. I'm very sorry. Don't have enough Thought Erasure. I'm going to go and move this slightly out of my face. See, this was fine because I knew they wouldn't have access to Ritual of Soot just yet. Rituals does kill my entire board if I play Krasis. So I think Krasis for 4 is correct, though. Even if it gets countered, I think Krasis for 4 is right. Yeah. Because at least I'll draw 2 cards. So, like, I'm more than replacing itself. So even if this gets countered, it's pretty much okay. Because it's more than replacing itself, right? Getting a Nissa would be okay. Syncopate for 2, that's fine. Risen Reef and Cavalier are actually much better. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Darn, I won't be able to play both. Unless I get a land? Thief of Sanity. Thief of Sanity is fine. Interesting, okay. So Leafkin Druid. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So I could just play Cav. I can't play both. What if I... 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play the Nissa. I have a Forest open. I have a Leafkin Druid open. It's a dirty lie. I need the Forest. Could untap the Forest. Be 3 mana. I think I'm just gonna Cav. Yeah, I'm just gonna Cav. I might be able to play a Leafkin Druid. Ah, shit. Yeah, well, no, I still wouldn't have been important. Yeah. Okay. So we have a blocker which my opponent would have to deal with. Is there anything that in there that I care about? I could just get another Hydroid Krasis, right? That's totally fine. Another reason Cavalier of Thorns is just pretty good. If they exile it with Restless Contempt, that would suck. Cast down. Cast down's okay. I'm gonna... Oh, shit! Gonna go ahead and not... Actually, I'm gonna put this back on top. Because it just makes their Thief slightly worse. And I'm just gonna real quickly talk about this. Rakdos aggro, I died. Gutter Bones into Dreadhorde Butcher, into Dreadhorde Butcher, into, I think, like, double Badman. What is his name? Fireblade Artist? Alright, so my opponent does have mana, which I don't love, but we're gonna go and play green, blue, blue. We're gonna go and cast Risen Reef here. Let's see if this gets countered. Nope. Not very good.
Not fail. The land shall conquer you.
I'm just gonna attack with both. So this feels like more of a tempo deck. So I don't know if they're going to have, like, actual removal and shit. Or, like, mass removal. But I'd rather not play into it. My opponent going to use the Cryptic Caves? Oh, wow. Yeah, so they're looking for an answer here. As for Exile, I crushed. Their deck was too slow, frankly. Is it Wizards? I died horribly. I even had I was able to play out, like, 2 Cavalier of Thorns, but, like, each time they were able to, like, bounce it. So I was like, alright, well, I guess I'll just lose. And then Mono Blue Flyers, I crushed them, because not having access to white mana, kind of important. Alright, let's see what my opponent has here. I do like that they've added that weird hand-grabbing animation. Although now that I'm looking at this art a little bit more, that hand-grabbing animation on that neck is not very cool. Sure. I've got a Quasiduplicate. So I can duplicate my Risen Reef. Duplicate my Risen Reef. Oh! I see. Thank you, actually. This is perfect. I'm so very grateful for what you've done for me here. Oh, yeah. What? Why did my opponent concede? They didn't even know what I had! Whatever, I was gonna steal his shit. Coward. I'm the one who steals. Wait. Maybe I shouldn't say that because I'm brown. For fucks? This is a no. This is a yes. And I do think we just dropped a Quasi. Hey, look, we have Karn. I still say that Arena should have a way to look at your sideboard during the game. Go and play this beauty down. Leafkin Druid next turn, turn following, we get a Karn. Potentially not. Depends on what our opponent wants to do. Ooh, man, I do wish I had that last turn. I guess it technically wouldn't have mattered, but still. Red-green, Rhythm of the Wild. That does scare me quite a bit. Because if I played Karn here, Karn is almost certainly going to die immediately. Instead, I could play this tapped, Llanowar Leafkin Druid. The following turn, I would have access to a chunk of mana. Decent chunk. I think it's slightly better for me to do this. Yeah. I actually do want to keep this on top because this adds mana because of my double Leafkin Druid. Yes. So next turn I could tap Temple of Mastery to play this, and then this essentially nets me 3 mana? Something like that. Okay, so they only have access to a 3-drop here. Llanowar Elf, don't care. This is a functionally free card if they want to give it haste. They don't. They just... Why? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Ah, they're going to kill my Llanowar Elf. That sucks. Sure. So we only have access to 2 additional mana now, which is not great. Guess I'm still gonna grab Karn.
Let us begin. My grief fuels my mission.
So these are the cards. Godpharaoh's Gift isn't terrible. Helmet of the Host is a nice meme. I feel like it should be Godpharaoh's Gift. My opponent is potentially able to just murder my board, though. Could also get the Immortal Sun. Lets me start drawing extra cards. I think I'm gonna go with Godpharaoh's Gift, though. We'll play this. See what my opponent can do. They have access to 5 mana, potentially 6. Just an Ilharg with the attack. And let's see what nonsense they have here. Yeah, them killing... They're attacking face, so this is bad. So I assume this is Ghalta? Yup. I'm gonna go to 1. Am I gonna go to 1? Yeah, I'm gonna go to 1. It's functionally not different from being at 2, so.
True goodness can never be corrupted.
So I think here I need... So I could do Transmogrifying Wand. How much mana do I have? 3, 6, 8. So if I had Meteor Golem... 1, 2, 3, so it's 6, I have 2, so I wouldn't be able to do both. Could just Transmogrifying Wands. I have 3 chump blockers, essentially. I would deem my opponent to not have anything the fuck else. But I think it does have to be Transmogrifying Wand. Well, I guess technically Meteor Golem is just better if I'm not going to be able to play both anyway. Yeah, because instead this just straight out kills. Oh, right, that's why. That's why I wasn't going to do it this way. I forgot, because now I only have 2 blockers. Yeah, that was a mistake. So this deck doesn't seem to do very great against aggro decks. Or decks with burst, but I mean, this is difficult to deal with when you're just trying to ramp. Yeah, losing our Llanowar Elf early was pretty lame. Okay. That doesn't have trample. Okay. So we're gonna do this, this. I should probably make sure I can actually do this. Okay. So we could do 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. That would leave us with this. They could untap this. Would make this be 2. So it would be 2, 4, 6. All of these would be tapped. So I don't think I can. I can, like, untap this, though? Shit.
Witness the ties that bind us all. Rise, my elemental friend.
I guess technically I have 2, but that's not enough. You have to keep all of them up. But Galta's gonna come down anyway. It's fine. I'm just dead. Because they would have had enough for Galta, right? 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. They would have needed one more card for Galta. So I guess technically I should have just passed, but yeah, alright. They would have had Galta anyway. I was dead. My opponent still might be stupid and make mistakes here. That's why I haven't conceded, because my opponent might be dumb. Does not look like they're dumb. Yep. Darn. Rassum, frassum, rassum, frassum. I probably made some, like, several misplays there. I will say, all of you, a lot of you voted on the community poll about the schedule that I proposed, and it's been pretty positive. Most people are like, yeah, seems pretty good. Decent amount of support for less historic. So I think what I'm going to do is it's going to be exact. This is good. I wish I was going first. It's going to be exactly the same, except the Friday historic is going to be a wild card slot. And the first one that I actually saw was, where are you? I'll find them in a second. Where are you? Lee Christophers. They were the first ones I saw that said Friday could be a wildcard day, and I think I agree. I think, fuck you. How about that? Fuck you. And your Mardu mid-range, you twat. Or if you're trying to ramp into Risen Reef, you're being an ass about it. This is Niv Mizzet. This is the Niv deck. Hundo Ride %. I really wish I had a lands on the top, because then I could have done cool things. Karn. Well, I too have a Karn.
Our actions determine the core fencer.
Could just Quasiduplicate. So it depends on what he gets. Just waiting on for what he gets. So Friday will be a wildcard slot, which could be limited, could be historic, could be one of the actual events that Wizards has, could be a bunch of things. Mox Amber, you say? That doesn't add any mana right now. You know what? I don't ever want it to add mana. Go chuck yourself.
I will defend my ally. You will not.
And here next turn I have 5 mana. Do I want to do anything with 5 mana? I actually really like Chaos Wand here. It's more expensive than that, but Chaos Wand's not bad. You know what I was saying? Theorix. But he has a Karn. I know he has a Karn.
Acting unwise.
He has a Karn for now. So that Mox Amber does nothing. My opponent has white, blue, red, and black. Yeah, they can do all of that. Yeah, can't activate it because Mox Amber. Also, Mox Amber doesn't do anything with Karn. Okay. Teferi to bounce my Karn?
I can no longer stand by and watch.
Plus. That makes a lot more sense. That I'm surprised by.
Do not lose another friend.
Godfarer's good. Statue, sure. I will steal your Godfarer statue, I just want you to know that. So we're going to go ahead and play this forest out. So I could play this Chaos one now. Could Quasi this. Can't do two things, unfortunately, which is Garbo. What I could do... Blue-red. So this can't be, Dovin's veto. Oh, wait, this isn't, the deck I thought it was. Okay. Sure.
I am not frightened.
I just get Spyglass. Cast Spyglass. No, this is just Planeswalkers. Eugene, so they can play Eugene next turn. They don't actively have... I mean, they can kill one of these things, but that's fine. I think I'm just going to name Teferi here. Chandra I don't worry too much about. And I'm just going to Quasiduplicate this. I could Chaos Wand. Next turn... If I Quasiduplicate and I hit a land, next turn I can just play Agent of Treachery, so I think I'm actually going to do this. It does rely on RNG a little bit. There we go. But that's pretty much all I needed. So, sure, I'll tech. So if my opponent, no matter what my opponent plays, I can just steal it. It will just be mine. Mox Amber still can't be activated. They can play Chandra and kill this. I'm going to steal your Chandra.
I'm Chandra, the immolation sensation.
You're Chandra, a loser.
I've always wanted to make a really big fireball.
Read your cards? I assumed that my opponent wasn't new because they had so many mythics. But yeah. No card read. Quasiduplicate is a non-card here because I have such limited access to blue. But it's really hard to throw away a hand that happens to have Hydroid Krasis as well. That did make the hand a little bit better. Not a lot better, but a little bit. Okay, so this is Elementals. Breeding Pool is actually quite nice. I can play this tapped. And play Paradise Druid. I mean, Paradise Druid is just slightly harder to kill for them. Yep, just Temur Elementals. This is old school. I'm glad they didn't hit the ramp. I can block that. This is difficult. Next turn, I'd have 5 mana, so I wouldn't play Krasis out. I'd want to play the Leafkin Druid. 1, 2. So I could actually play Leafkin Druid, Quasiduplicate my Paradise Druid. I think I like that slightly better. Oh yeah, I got this anyway. But yeah, so I just want to Leafkin. Yeah, Leafkin and Quasi my Paradise. Do I Quasi my Leafkin? I actually think I want to Quasi my Leafkin. Because this would amount to more mana overall, so next turn my Hydroid Krasis can be huge. It can be huge. 4 mana, Omnath is my assumption. Yep. I assume they're going to kill one of my Leafkin Druids. Yeah. Does fuck me a decent amount. Easy block. Okay. Okay, interesting, interesting, interesting. So we can go ahead and do this, 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 and this. Play a Nissa. Don't mess that up. Untap. 2, 4, 6. No, this is fine.
Through this land, we are all connected.
Right. Untap this.
The land fights
Like
for us.
Krasis for 4. Maybe I should have Krasis for more. It's too late now. Yikes. That's not good. Yeah, that was dumb. I think I maybe should have just waited on it. I assume they're going to try and kill my Nissa here. Although I have nothing to show for it. I could really use any of my hand cards. They're playing black. What elemental's in black? Do you have trample? Well, my hand is garbage. I'm getting rid of wherever the hell they splash black. I'm also mainly doing this to actually, like, slightly thin my library.
Harness the elements.
Well, that was unexpected. That didn't make any sense to me at all. Maybe my opponent thought that this wasn't something sick? So, you shouldn't attack with your Risen Reef. Like, they're gonna get their triggers on it, which is bad, but I get to kill your Risen Reef for pretty much free now. So you're gonna get 6, 5, 5. Unfortunately, they're going to draw cards and get lands. I still don't know why they have black. I mean, I have like all of the mana I need. Make it so she takes minimal damage. I could block with the Paradise Druid, but I figured I'll keep her around.
Do not assume I am fragile.
Oh, unless you have the City's Blessing. Oh! Oh! Also, what are these fucking draws, dude? So Nissa is dead for sure. I feel like I have to keep Quasiduplicate for when I hit an actual card.
Behold nature's true power.
I'm just fucked because my opponent has drawn so many cards. God damn it. By the way, Quasiduplicate would get a creature that has no counters on it, so I'm pretty sure it would just die. And they have a Nissa.
Power surges
Cool. Yark is why. Okay. No, I'm glad things are going well for you. I wish I could draw my Agent of Treachery. That would be fan-fucking-tastic. I'd be able to steal so many things. I'd really love to top deck one of my Agent of Treacheries. Or, you know, one of my Hydroid Krasis. I'll even take my, my Reachy boy. Take any of them. Oh, Cavalier of Flame. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. My opponent is playing a greedy deck. And I'm gonna lose to it. There's a horse shit. For what it's worth, if I'm gonna lose to something, I'm gonna lose to this shit. I don't need to lose Paradise Druid.
Do not test me.
Any real card. Karn the Great Creator. Karn the Great Creator. Okay, you might be helpful. Don't really want to tap 2 of these for Karn, though. I guess it doesn't actually matter. I also don't think there's anything that I can do.
I battle for the forces of good.
I don't think my opponent's playing, like, any...
Stand down.
Any, like, instant sorceries and shit. Helm of the Host. Would be great later on. I think I just, like, need Chaos Wand. And I need to get something good.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Why would you tap like that and not tap down Paradise Druid? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, right. I'm stupid. I forgot it's cost 4. I'm smart. I wouldn't be surprised if they had none. Yeah, that's what I expected. I'm gonna lose to this deck. Half of my lands are on double duty as creatures right now. My opponent can just Cavalier Flame for a fuckload and kill me, I think.
Behold nature's true power.
Another Omnath fucks me pretty hard as well. What do you do? Choose target elemental creature in your graveyard with toughness less than it. Okay, well, luckily it's a 1/2. I'm dead, aren't I? I'm incredibly dead. Maybe statue was better there. Not sure. Oh, well, if there's anything else you want to see in the Play Standard 2020 event, please let me know, because I don't want to play it. It's like so difficult to actually justify playing Standard right now. It's fucking trash. I don't know, maybe I could just play nothing but Bolas for a while? I know everyone would hate that, and I'd probably lose, well, you know, I couldn't lose more subscribers than I've already been losing. Anyway, go to my Patreon and say thanks for your continued support. If you'd like to join them supporting the show, you can find links to that down in the description. Yeah, the support helps a lot, because YouTube doesn't actually do much, so, you know, all that in a bag of chips and all that nonsense. I do hope you've enjoyed whatever the hell this was. If you did, go and tap that like button, add subscription to your pool, cast a comment to the comment section down below, pass the turn of the video to some of your friends, and once again, I really hope, let me know what you want to see me play. If there's anything that is in Standard right now, or in the Play Standard 2020 event that you want to see your boy do, let me know, because this is the part of the season where I just have fucking no idea. I'm sick of old Standard, and we don't really have new Standard. It's just like essentially fucking War of the Spark block constructed. Yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. Until next time, all will be one and stuff. Yeah, a lot of that type thing.